Hey guys, Lord Naren White here, the Holy Ghost, the one true God. Back with you with the next video on my Witcher 3 playthrough. Today continuing Witcher 3. So, when we see
Wouldn't
here,
mind a glance at what you got.
first we want to see what he's already got for us as a rune right. So he's actually, he's got a bunch of stuff here already, which is huge. So we can actually buy these diagrams for sure. And then, what we're going to do is we're going to give him 10,000. Because we can actually enchant here. You can see we can enchant items to fit them with rune words or glyph words. These cannot be used simultaneously with runes or glyphs. When you enchant an item, any runes or glyphs it is currently fitted with will be destroyed. Interesting. Alright, so we're getting some stuff here. So, none of these are very good. But I can tell you, none of these are very good. So, what we'll do is we can also add sockets to items which are incredible. Up to a certain amount, it seems. I'm not sure how that works. First we'll repair or equipped. I'm not sure how that works, but what I want to point out next is, let's get the advanced tools.
Brought you more coin. Put it towards better equipment.
Thanks in the thousands. Too kind you are to me, truly.
Your work's worth the coin. Hard at work. Good to see.
Ah, yes. Commissioned have I tools. A fitting set from Novigrad crafters. Many arms and legs they charged, but renew my work in earnest I now can. New runes, glyphs, and diagrams created I have. An eye you should cast. Find one to your liking, perchance.
So, nothing holding you back now.
From making master-crafted runes, you mean? Much more coin I will need to do so, sadly.
Wouldn't mind a glance at what you got.
So we can actually like literally buy that other stuff too, which is just incredibly cool. Glyph of Mending. Wow. 2 Vitality Regeneration. What is this? What is going on here? Glyph of Mending. Glyph of Warding. We can sell everything else we have. I don't need any of this stuff. Can also sell anything here with Roach here as well. So, yeah. What can he enchant for us now? Rejuvenation. Each fatal blow dealt restores fatal blows. We don't want fatal blows. We're treated as medium armor. Interesting. I'm not sure. That's not really relevant, I feel. Wow. This one is pretty good. Getting protection is really good. No doubt about it. Glyph of Gwen, Glyph of Yrden, Glyph of Warding. Protection is very good. I think that's actually, like, incredible, actually. Anytime you enter combat, you just get a Quen shield. That's good every time we enter combat, right? That's pretty freaking cool. Everything else is still not really effective, I think. This is the only one that has merit so far. Is protection. And that comes at the cost of 3 of the greater glyphs of Gwen, but I mean that's not the biggest deal. It's still better, I think. Whirl and Rend. We don't care about the fatal blows because we may be fighting bosses, right? So we want something that will pretty much always be effective. But you know what? This really still hasn't proven to be effective yet, which is pretty insane. Let's add sockets here and see if we can add sockets to anything. No items. Okay. All right. Let's actually go ahead and trigger the master level stuff now.
Got a bit more coin for you. Better be all you need.
For tools it is enough, but ingredients rare also I require.
Nope, not gonna happen. Now let me see what my coins bought.
Now have I all I require.
Sure about that?
My running costs to cover small sums will suffice. And no more rare stones do I need.
Almost too good to be true.
A cask of wine from the homeland I have. Our mutual success we should toast. Your health. For your aid, I thank you. My newest creations to examine you may wish. Invited you are to do so.
Wouldn't mind a glance at what you got.
So now they've got a lot of stuff. Like, they should have greater glyphs of stuff. You see here, greater glyph of mending. That's pretty freaking cool, right? 3 vitality regeneration. Or 100% reduction on item loss. Resistance to bleeding. What else do we got? Greater glyph of Ard, Axie, Igni, Quen. There's one more here, I didn't see this. Of warding, resistance to elemental damage. They don't look super cool. For sure, they don't. But, let's take a look at what we got here. Invigoration. Excuse me. Look at this one. Gives a 30% chance of returning a portion of damage received to the attacker. Retribution would be pretty good, probably. This is obviously quite good. All equipped armor items are treated as light armor. But that defeats the purpose of us having our armor set, which we have. Obviously, if we get anything, we need level 3, right? So, obviously we'd go for level 3. What can we get here? Retribution. Retribution has value for sure. Sorry about that. Well, not sorry. I was just, thinking with my cats there, talking with my cats. My cat Mal just went over the side. I shouldn't say that like that as much as like playing with my cats, I guess. Anyways, eruption. Okay, possession. So level 3, retribution, very, very useful for sure. Retribution, levity, also very useful. Okay. You know what's so crazy about this? Is I actually don't think that any of these are actually good. Like, how crazy is that? Like, this is cool that we spent our gold on something for sure. I mean, this one is probably the best one, Dumplings. But to me, it's not worth losing the Quen. You see when those arachnomorphs attack us? Do you see how that Quen protects us extra? Like, when they do damage even through our shield. Have you noticed that? Yeah. none of those enchantments help us in those situations. Which is crazy because we just spent like an absolutely ridiculous amount of gold on that, but it wasn't worth it. And I mean, it was worth it to see the content, but it wasn't worth it from a perspective of like, is this actually like good for Geralt? It's not. It's actually better just to stick with that, with that stuff. But what we also did find out is we can return to this guy when we need the Quen runes and stuff like that. So that's really helpful. And I'll show you what I mean when we fight more arachnomorphs. If you remember from the previous video, the arachnomorph attacked us when we had Quen. It broke our Quen and did damage to us. So that's even with all the Quen buffs. So that shows you how useful it is. But every single one of those enchantments wasn't useful for our playstyle. So let's keep going. Alright, so what would be next? I say we head down here, sure. Alternatively, we can also, this treasure chest quest is really not as relevant, I'd say. So what else do we got here? Treasure hunt, secondary quest. We'll just track the main quest for now. And, well, I say we just explore the map for now. And get all these question marks taken care of. And level up as much as we can. So let's keep going.
Good.
Oh, that was so fortunate, man. I was thinking the whole time, like, absolutely do not stop, because she's, like, stun locked for some reason, and I don't want to fight her in, like, a normal capacity, so, yeah. Let's read this one. Edbert's farewell note. I've not left, not a blooming thing. All I can do now is pass on my family's tale of horror and woe, then pass on myself, soon as I've written it all up in this letter. Seems a faded dream now, but there were a time when we were happy. A beautiful wife for Nesta and myself. We were married in high style, with a fitting feast. Then a year later our dear Mildburga was born. Folk praised the wean's beauty, said she was the spitting image of her mum. Or Nesta'd get all cross when they talked like that, but I paid it no heed at the time. Soon enough our family grew. First Matilda, then Ethel came into the world, both fair as angels. But Ornesta, well, I'll never forget the eve she sat there, combing her long chestnut hair, while the girls cried and cried. I said to her, "Love, I reckon the lass is hungry." That's when she lashed out at me for the first time. Said they'd no right to be hungry. They'd stolen her beauty and her youth. That should be more than enough to feed on. I should have known it then. I should have guessed madness had burrowed into my love's head, and every compliment paid to her lass's beauty made it burrow even deeper. Year by year the young'uns grew taller and more lovely, by times, but times not so kind to the old, and Ornesta weren't spared its cruelty, which took her skin's spring and its sheen of youth. One night I was awoken by a startling moon, which lit all the world in an eerie glow. I looked around the hut, and saw it was empty. I ran out the door and followed a set of bare footprints leading to the cemetery by the chapel. Seeing that, my heart jumped into my throat. I found them, all three, lying around the fountain. Were I not been their father, I'd never have recognized them. Deep gashes mutilated their fair faces. Strips of skin and hunks of flesh were strewn all about. As I stood beholding this butchery, I had the feeling someone was watching me, and I weren't mistaken. Ornesta stood there on a stool by a lone tree. She had a rope draped round her neck like some demonic necklace. "They took it from me, all of it, all I had, all I cherished," she said. Then she jumped. "She's dead, my Ornesta. My 3 daughters dead as well. I'll soon join them. I've taken all I have and gave it to the gods. Perhaps they'll forgive me and my beloved Ornesta." That was amazing. As far as like storytelling goes, Edward's farewell note, that was so worth reading right there. Like, how painful was that? Like, that woman is just like corrupted over time. Like, it's just horrible. Yeah. And then she murders and mutilates those girls, and then it kills herself. Like, that's crazy, man. Poor Edward. That was just one random side point. Like, that's how amazing the game is. And I know I don't read every one of those quests, but like, and not everyone is really good either. But when you read, not everyone is great, I should say. They're all good. But that one was great. And you know, just like The Last Wish. Like when we read the book about The Last Wish, that was really amazing too. Here we go.
Get him from the left! Plow him! Come on, all together!
Never fight a witcher.
Eternal fire! Get him from the left! Watch out!
Fight.
Nicely done. Very fun quest. No, like area, right? And fighting an underleveled is just that much more fun. It's like the challenge is so great, you know, relatively so. You know what's kind of crazy about this is the only rune one that I actually might consider is I'm actually gonna head back here. I want to actually show you the one I'm talking about because if he has the ingredients, I think I'm gonna get it because it's just actually like so freaking stacked. It's like unbelievable. Because I eat food like all the time, right, to recover my health. So I think this one might actually be worth getting.
Run, Roach.
Here we go.
The world's never-ending.
Crap.
Here. Take a look here. What about dumplings? We need 2 Pyrog runestones and a Tavarog runestone. But dumplings allows us to get 400% more vitality from food. So 4x healing. And I end up using that almost every single fight. Just like Quen. What do you think about it? Do you think he has the Sverog runes? He might. Oh, he does. Sverog and... Or he needs Pyrog runes. Right? Let's look at our crafting here. Here's the Tavarog rune. That's what I'm trying to figure out, basically. It's like, is this worth it? Because I'm looking for the Pyrog runestone. I don't know if he has this or not. So let's look again here. This is on your sword. You get rejuvenation, preservation. Oh, excuse me, dumplings. Pyrog and Tavarog runestone. So Pyrog and Tavarog. Pyrog. Pyrog and Tavarog. So they're both below everything here. Where's Pyrog? Here's Tavarog. And we also want Pyrog. That one is pretty good, I'll say. Like, it seems so basic, like this level 1 enchantment, but it's actually maybe the best one there is. For sure. So where can I get those? Does he sell them? Let's see, I don't think he does. Yeah, no, it doesn't look like it. Okay.
Thing.
I think it's actually maybe even worth getting, just on the fact that, like, we eat so much food, getting 4x value might be worth it. But then again, maybe it's not worth it. Like, if you think about it, we could just always get, like, a mending. Why would we get that for the food? Because we can always drink a potion, or we could get mending. So you know what, it's actually not worth it. But that was pretty cool, I guess, to think about. But yeah, no, I don't think it's worth it, so let's just keep going. Okay, here we go.
Come on.
Not good. And that's where I'll go ahead and end the video there for this week. With that, I want to say thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed. Please like, comment, and subscribe, as it greatly helps the channel. Like to be with you all. Take care, and thanks again.